Hi, thanks for entering my airspace, and today we're gonna do my ultimate plane tier list. I managed to collect the pictures of all the planes that I knew at least something about, and before we begin, I want to tell that this is gonna be mostly my opinion, not the efficiency scores or anything, just how I like this plane as it is. Okay, here we are at our Tiermaker website, and we have quite a lot of airplanes to rate today, so yeah, let's begin. This is the A310, Airbus A310. Its older brother A300 was revolutionary, but its successor A310, I don't think it is that good of an airplane. I think A300 is way better. So yeah, I think it's average. Okay, next one. This is the Chinese short haul aircraft. I don't like it too much because why don't just take the CRJ? But yeah, I don't think it's too good of an aircraft. And yeah, as well as CRJ, I don't think it's that good of a regional jet either. Next, the DC-10. Not a fan of this plane because it's a death machine, really. McDonnell Douglas could have done a better job on this aircraft. I believe it's terrible because of its design flaws. We've got the Ilyushin Il-96. Pretty interesting concept, but very late, because this plane originates like in 90s, when twin-engined wide bodies were taking the stage away from four-engined planes, but this plane only started on its journey. No wonder that it failed miserably. Now it is only in Cubana Airlines, and also yeah, in some government planes in Russia. A220, as well as yeah, Bombardier C-Series. Okay, I think it's a good regional jet. I think yeah, it's way better than CRJ with regional traffic. A340-600. Believe me or not, I like A340 300 and 200 more than these later models, because A340 300 it's a very underpowered jet, and I like it. It goes against everything that it was in the aviation at the time. I think it's a good one. Okay, next one is a forgotten aircraft. I think nowadays you can see it only in NASA and in Samaritan's Purse or something. So yeah, not in commercial airlines and not even in cargo, I believe. Pretty interesting aircraft, a bit similar to the A340, but I think it's a bit more rudimental. Predecessor-ish. Yeah, I think it's average. Yeah, it didn't have like much success, I believe. 767. The working horse made by Boeing, which will be retiring this year or the next, I don't remember. Underrated aircraft. I believe it was a nice predecessor to the 777. I think it's a good one. Pretty much, yeah, default working horse. I like it. The first 747 in our list. We have 4 747s, I think. Yeah, I took several modifications of some popular jets, because yeah, jets were changing from time to time. I needed to represent them. Okay, 747 SP. I like this plane. It's goofy, but yeah, it's not efficient. But I like its goofiness. Let it be in good tier. 727. I don't like it too much because it has a design which aged very quickly. It can't be updated like regularly. For example, 737 was developed right after the 727, like in 5 or 10 years, and the 737 still flies today, while the 727 only flies for Aerosukra and yeah, some other shady airlines. So yeah, I think this plane is pretty average. Okay, A321neo. I believe it's a working horse for many of airlines today. I think it's good. Embraer EMB 145, as I remember. Also pretty forgotten aircraft nowadays. I think that much more airlines nowadays use CRJs instead of them. But yeah, I think it's average. Next we have 747-200. For its time, it's a phenomenal aircraft. But yeah, it's just an updated version of 747-100. I think it's good. Yes, I dare. Okay, next we've got another Embraer. It's Embraer E-Jet, the first family, older one. It's also a working horse. Actually, I think it's a good one. As well as the A220. Oof, 707. I think, yeah, this is a huge breakthrough. Really made the Boeing as we know it today. I think despite that this model was abandoned like in 70s already, it served a good start for Boeing. So I think it's phenomenal aircraft. And yeah, I think, yeah, no wonder that I'll put Concorde to the legendary tier, our first legendary aircraft. Yeah, this is the Boeing 717. Where do I place it? Certainly above the CRJ. I believe this aircraft is good. I would like to fly on it one day. Okay, the better model of A340s, I think. Less effective, it's not that pencil-ish of a plane, but I think this plane is phenomenal in its own way, in its inefficient way, but I love this plane and I don't think it will be possible, but I would love to fly on it one day before it becomes extinct. A321 XLR, where would I put it? I think it belongs to its older brother, A321 Neo. Nice aircraft, I wish a huge success for it, but the bad thing is that it's supposed to replace the Boeing 757, which I really like. Bit sad, but yeah, not too late for Boeing to make the 757 MAX, just saying. Yeah, let's continue. A320, the first one, the CEO, current engine option. A320, I think it's phenomenal, because yeah, it's as well as the 737, I think it will be here. Okay, flying legend. Cessna 172. It was produced more than any other aircraft. You can fly the Cessna 172 from 70s and not notice a thing. I mean, they are still produced, as I remember. But yeah, it's timeless aircraft. I think it's legend. 747-8. This aircraft is loved by many, the newest version of the 747. However, I don't think it's up to a legendary. I think it's either phenomenal or good. I think it's phenomenal because this plane was the longest one before the introduction of 777X. This plane was hugely updated after its predecessor 747-400, which is my favorite 747 variant. This one deserves its spot at phenomenal. Okay, baby bus. A318. I love this plane. I love it. I think it's either legendary or phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal because, yeah, it's just one member of the A320 family. I was lucky enough to spot it in Munich airport. A318 of Air France as well as this. It's not my photo, by the way. Yeah, I think it's phenomenal aircraft. I'll leave a place in legendary tier for something bigger. I'm just roasting A318 straight away. Okay, yeah. DC-3. I know it was a working horse of regional jets before like some modern ones. I think it served a good role in aviation, but I don't really like this plane, to be honest. I don't like its like square windows. Yeah, I think it's meh. As well as CRJ. We got A300, the first Airbus aircraft. I think it's certainly better than A310. I think it's good. If there wasn't this aircraft, there wouldn't be any Airbus aircraft. ATR and Dash 8, here it is. I think they're both average, actually. I'm not that fan of turboprop. I think it's A319, the plane which isn't very popular among airlines. I think it's good, and I think it doesn't deserve its unpopularity. Okay, the older brother of Il-96. Here's the Il-86. Yeah, it's as ineffective as its brother. So yeah, they will be together in this terrible tier. Honda Jet. Yeah, I remember it. Honda Jet. I remember it. It's the cheapest business jet. Private plane. I think I would place it together with other small jets in average. Not good and not bad. Il-76. The plane for which 5 people are needed to take it into the skies. I think it's meh. Yeah, for its complexity, generally. Oh yeah, Tu-104, the first passenger jet, which was derived from the fighter jet. And because of that, it has its downside. It can become uncontrollable in certain conditions. Soviet Union was too fast on developing the aircraft, on outsmarting the entire West. Yeah, it was too fast of a development, and because of that, it is literally dangerous. Next, oh my gosh, my long-awaited 777. I believe it's a legendary aircraft. It's super effective with its large engines. I love its design. The most favorite aircraft of all times for me. Two A330s. This one is newer, just updated version. I don't see anything new here. I don't think they're too good. Yes, they are effective. And yes, they are butter machines. But other than that, they aren't that peculiar. I think they're pretty average for me. And the next, MD-11. Also one of forgotten aircrafts. Nowadays it's at only FedEx, as I remember. I like this plane. It's I'd place it too good. Okay, the next one. It's DC-9. I think it's better than CRJ, but still worse than MD-80. So I think I'd put this one in the average, and I'd put the MD-80 in good tier. The A320neo. I think as it's a larger variant, I'd put it also in the good tier. I like it. Oh my gosh, this is the legend. My favorite tri-jet. I think the Lockheed TriStar L1011 is the huge breakthrough for its time, but no one recognized it then. This plane can land itself, the first aircraft which can do an auto land. I love it. I think it's legendary. The famous author of the hardest bouncy landing at London City Airport. By Systems 146. I think this plane is quite a nice one. 4 engines, it's pretty phenomenal for me. So yeah, I'd put it here alongside all these beautiful jets. And the next one, A380. Phenomenal aircraft, but I don't really like how it looks like. Pretty fat. Yeah, it can accommodate the largest amount of people. Many people like it, many avgeeks love it. I understand that, but for me, the 747 is superior, I think. So yeah, I'd put it to good tier for it. And okay, the next one is Soviet aircraft, Tu-134. It was the regional jet of Soviet Union. It's pretty good for the Soviet Union. I'd place it to good tier. I like it. I like its design. For its time, I think it was pretty nice aircraft. I think it's the Soviet MD-80. The next one is A321ceo. I think it's the most ineffective aircraft out of the all A320 models, I think. Yeah, because it's the largest one and with the oldest engines. I think it's average. I don't really like it. I like A321neo way more. And finally, the 747-400, the best queen of the skies, I'd say. It belongs to the legendary tier. I love it. Okay, and the second legend, the 757, I love it. I would love to fly on it one day before it retires. Next one is Sukhoi Superjet, modern day Russian aircraft. Was built by the designers of fighter jets, so it was doomed to begin with. They say that it's Russian and all the stuff, but actually by half it's made from Western parts. So I wouldn't give a credit to the airplane company that took parts by the most part from the side that they didn't want to buy planes. It doesn't have winglets as well. Actually terrible. I think CRJ is better than this. Okay, yeah, and another. Chinese Comac C919 and the Russian MC-21. Literally twin brothers. And actually, for now, I think Comac is more successful than MC-21 because Comac is at least being sold right now to the Chinese airlines, while the MC-21 is being built since 2011 or something. So yeah, I don't think it will be built at all. So yeah, I think Comac will go to meh, and MC-21 will go to terrible. I can see this is either 737-800 or MAX 8. Okay, yeah, this is MAX, this is 800. Okay, this is MAX. Very controversial. It's kind of resembles DC-10 of 21st century. I don't like its flaws, but I like its design. I think it's a good aircraft. Maybe it will redeem itself, hopefully. I would love it. I flew on this aircraft. I don't understand people who say if it's Boeing, I'm not going. It's still very safe. But yeah, Boeing pretty messed up with it. So yeah, for now it's good. Maybe later I'll change my mind. 737-200, the first major success of Boeing with regional jets. Phenomenal, nothing short of, I believe. Oh, By the way, I have two of these. It's Il-62. I like this plane. It's one of two aircrafts in history to place 4 engines on its tail. I like it. I like this design. I remember Swiss 001 putting it in the terrible tier. It said that it looks dangerous, but I like this design. It's pretty interesting. This is Tu-144, Soviet Concorde. Also, Swiss 001 says that it's fake Concorde, while almost everyone forgets that this aircraft flew sooner than Concorde. Yeah, I mean, it was a bit underdeveloped at that time, but it was the first one. So yeah, I think it deserves its spot at legendary tier. I don't understand the hate towards it. Actually, it needs less runway to take off and to land than Concorde. I think Concorde has some things to learn from this Tu-144. Another failed attempt of Russian United Aircraft Corporation to redeem itself, but it failed miserably, as well as Sukhoi Superjet. Yeah, at least it looks a bit better. I mean, as I see, it has winglets at last. Finally, some Russian engineers understood that plane needs winglets for fuel efficiency. So yeah, it will be a tier higher than MC-21, because this plane is being flexed around in Russia right now, but it still didn't receive any orders and didn't receive any order fulfillments. So yeah, for now it's hanging in here with Comac C919. Okay, and another one, Tupolev Tu-204. Basically the same shit, to be honest, but a bit older than 214. So it will be with it as well. And another Soviet aircraft, Tu-154, the Russian Boeing 737 basically. The Soviet one. I don't like its design too much. I like Il-62 way more, but I think it's good because of its popularity, especially among Russian F geeks. I think it deserves its spot here at good tier. And the next one, finally, the A350. 1000. Yeah, I like this plane, but I don't think it's legendary. It's a bit better than 787. I think, yeah, generally in the visual satisfaction, better than the 787. So yeah, I think it will be here, a tier above the 787. Where's the 787, by the way? 787 is average. Yeah, actually, I think it's good. Okay, A350 here. And what's this? Yeah, this is the Embraer E-Jet E2 family. I mean, I think it's the same as Embraer E-Jet, the first family, because it's just updated version, more fuel efficient, but nothing new, I think. I think it's a A319. Let's check that. Yeah, it's A319. Nice jet, but not as good as the Baby Bus. I think it's, yeah, also good. Also good airplane. The 737-800, finally, here we go. Flying legend, definitely. I love it more than the A320. I mean, yeah, A320 is easier to fly on, maybe, yeah, but looks better. I think, yeah, older, I like it, it has its legacy. Another Soviet aircraft, Tupolev Tu-114, also forgotten aircraft, but actually this is the fastest turboprop airliner in history. It wasn't produced as many as it should have been. I like it. I think it's good aircraft. I like it. Okay, so yeah, let's review. Here we have legendary, here we have phenomenal, good, average, meh, terrible, and the only flying brick for today is Tu-104. So yeah, this concludes this tier list video. So go ahead and write your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, you can become my first YouTube member for €3 per month, or go ahead and watch my video where I explain all the meanings behind these additional letters and numbers of the airplane variants on Flight Radar. So see you there and have a great flight.